So now that I have my 4.5 liter billy pot, I think it's a good time to show you my overlanding cooking setup that I've arrived at. I'd never take this backpacking, but it's absolutely perfect for my truck. So what we've got here is, of course, the windscreen, bottom windscreen pot and support, the top windscreen. Then you've got your two cooking pots. Let's go in here. I always put in this homemade aluminum simmer ring, which is what I use when I need to simmer in my pots to avoid a hot spot. So I've got my, I guess it's 0.8 or 0.9 liter kettle. I always keep the burner in the kettle and one of the pot grabbers. So I've got, actually in my cooking set, I've got a couple of other pot grabbers, but since it's pretty important for this particular set, I always keep an extra in there. So I keep the burner in there. Usually I put a lighter in there as well. At that point, I'm gonna flip these down, and it's important to have these things actually not underneath one of these pot supports, because it does cause them to stick up a little higher than they need to go. Then I put my my stand on, and the lid. Now this lid fits on both of the pots on the inside, which is kind of nice. And then finally, I've got my a non-stick. The rest of them, the two pots are hard anodized because sticking is not such an issue since it's usually liquid in there. But then for the skillet, I prefer to use non-stick. So you got your little piece of plastic in there, and then the whole thing is gonna fit inside the billy pot. And I actually don't feel the need for the strap. If I ever wanted to use a strap on this, I have the strap holding the whole thing together. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet if I want to use that setup permanently. But let me show you the rest of what I do. So if I put the lid on, it looks like I'm done, doesn't it? But I'm not. So next thing I've got is my Trangia skillet here. And thanks to the advice of my good friend Tanu Larson, I take the cutting board and strainer and put it there to protect it. Now, as I discovered in an earlier video, you can put it on top, but that causes the whole thing to be kind of tall. Turns out it actually fits perfectly as a bottom. Total flush fit. Barely adds anything to the height. In fact, I would say the majority of the height that it adds is actually just the handle. And you can, of course, remove that if you want and store it somewhere else. I probably actually will end up removing it and just storing it in my cook kit. So, and after that, basically, you turn your lid so that you can still get the bail up like this. And then I'm going to put the strap, whoops, dropped it. Put the strap through the handle of the skillet. Rotate the fry pan. Bring this up under the bail like this. Slide that little puppy through. By the way, this isn't a Trangia strap, of course. This is a strap from Rock Straps, but I really like it. I just didn't have one long enough, and this has a bungee on it that sort of always holds it nice and firm. So I'll use it for the time being, and we'll see if I ever end up with the strap that's necessary for this, which is apparently an 80 centimeter strap. So what I've got basically is the whole set. I can even pick the set up by its bail, and it's totally secure. And that's the way I think for the time being. I'll go on a few trips with it stored like this in my truck. But the beauty of a set like this is, of course, I've got 2 fry pans, 2 pots, and a kettle, as well as the large billy pot. So in terms of total capability, this thing is the bomb. And of course, it all fits together very small. Everything else that I have, like here's the thing that I use to, this is a magnetic canning jar lid remover. And I use this for the simmer ring. All stuff like this, plus any other cooking utensils, those all go in a small little plastic bin that I have that I keep my my cooking supplies in. So at any rate, this thing is ready to go. This plus the addition of my my utensils and the gas burner, I think will meet pretty much all of my camping needs for the foreseeable future. And if I can foresee anything else, I know I'll have the room to bring it because this is very compact. Thanks. Hope this has been helpful to you.